Attention all PCMR gamers and enthusiasts. Are y'all sick and tired like most of us of how the PCMR has resorted to price gouging and shenanigans and stock issues back to back for the last couple of weeks and beyond? To a point where you say to hell with it, let me go back to console game or another alternative like mobile gaming. And you just so happen to be interested in the SteamOS. If you are, you may have some hope with Lenovo. Let's get into this. Hey everyone, it's by Lock Tech back in there with some more off the beaten path tech news. Now, there's a lot of chaos going on recently between the 50 series launch and the AMD 90 series launch. People crying not getting their stuff. People waiting in line, unfortunately, to just get to their turn, and none of the stuff they want is available anymore for the model. And it's just been a lot of crying and whining and people being very disappointed and frustrated. This is expected because you wait in line this much hours and they still didn't get your card. So some people are to a point where they're like, to hell with the PCMR. Things are too expensive, and plus on top of it being too expensive, I gotta go through all these long wait times, and stock is never available either when I get up to the line to be the next in line, or in general from either local stores or their local microstores if you're lucky enough to have a microcenter near you. So some people are to a point where they're abandoning the hobby and considering giving up their whole PCMR stuff, and some people even resorted going back to consoles and try and find other ways of entertainment like mobile gaming. And there's been a lot of buzz recently with the SteamOS, how Steam finally made their SteamOS public, and people are really amped up and ready for it to be fully ready and available beyond what it's at now, so they can actually install it and say, screw Windows 11 and any Mac OSs, let me just use SteamOS, and all I do is game or whatever. And since SteamOS is Linux-based, it's very, very, very good and very, very hyped up because a lot of people are waiting for the longest time for Steam to actually go to the next step for the operating system, because it's really nice. I actually had the beta experience a while back when it first got teased, and it's pretty, it was pretty clean. So I can understand the hype around it. But going back on topic, some people are resorting to abandoning their hobbies for PCMR and going to try to find alternatives like mobile gaming. And the Lenovo might have y'all some hope at the end of the tunnel for y'all that want to just consider just trying handheld gaming or mobile gaming, because they just have pre-orders that have been spotted multiple places like at Best Buy for the new Legion Go S, which is supposed to have built-in Ryzen Z1 and Z2 chips. And they're going to make it in two different models. I know when the first Legion first came out, it wasn't very well received because they thought it was too pricey, and everyone's resorted to SteamOS. But this time around, this generation, looks like Lenovo want to do some competition. So now they have two available things now. One is for $549.99, and that's a Legion Go S with the Z1 chip, the Z2 chip, and it has 16 gigs of RAM and a 500 gig SSD or NVMe storage device within it. And it's priced at $549.99. So that's $200 cheaper than when the other competitors, and itself, its first edition, got released a while back. So way cheaper. So it's more, the price is more appealing to people now. But they're having two models now. So that's just the one baseline model at $549 before tax. Now the second one, which is the more high-end one, is called the Legion Go Z2, which is going to push 32 gigs of RAM, so double the RAM and double the storage. So it's 1 terabyte NVMe or 1 terabyte storage device within the upgraded version, and that's going to be a $749. So for the equivalent for this actual Steam Deck and other ones like the MSI Claw or the Asus one, it has higher specs as far as storage and stuff, and it's still cheaper than those. So you got the $549.99 for the base model for 16 gigs and 500 gig hard drive, and you got a more high-end one with the Z2 Extreme, the more overclocked chip, with 32 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. So for all you who are just sick and tired of the whole PCMR stuff and how pricing had taken a turn, both camps, red and green, and other things are growing pains with this whole new launches of technology. If you ever consider or want to consider actually getting a gaming setup with the SteamOS and you want to test it out on a handheld, you can pre-order it. I believe it's still live now on Best Buy. I don't know if the other sites have it yet, but they have it. Best Buy has it pre-ordered. I believe their official release date is like May 15th, I believe, is what the said date's supposed to be relaunched, but we don't know its specifics yet, but that's what it's looking like. Sources saying that might be around May 15th this year. So if you're tired of it and don't want to wait for any parts to come in stock anymore, just want to say, screw it, let me just go to mobile gaming, because I don't want to go back to console gaming. Let me go to at least mobile gaming where I can play all of my Steam games. And we all know Steam is a very big game library. So it's kind of cool. You can play all your PC, things you play on PC in Steam on your handheld. So if you ever consider it or plan to consider that, let me know in the comments below. Do you like these prices that they're pricing at $549 for the base and $749 for the high-end one? Do you plan to get it if the prices remain MSRP, which we all know is a myth nowadays? Let me know in the comments below if you're looking for the new Legion this gen of gaming handhelds. Let me know in the comments below if you're planning to get one or you're just gonna tough it out and wait for your actual PC parts. Until then, this is your boy LockTech signing out.